I don't know if we haven't looked at the live footage from Japan yet, so we don't know. But yeah, that would be good actually. Because it was a good gig.
Japan last time, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah.
It would have been good to have got footage, you know, like a general footage of the Mount Fuji thing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the Rage Against the Machine thing.
Definitely. I mean, I've got it on home video. I've got that on my head. On my light. Yeah, I've got it on the Sony. The sound's not very good, but I've got. What we did is we recorded like Brixton Academy in London when we played there. So most of the songs in the video are going to be from Brixton, but we got like, I don't know, a couple of songs from like Moscow, like Red Square. That was really good. But I don't know if we recorded Japan. I don't know if we recorded Tokyo when we played there, so I'm not sure. But yeah, the video is going to come out. It's just going to be like a, you know, a sort of 8 or 9 live tracks, the videos for the songs, and maybe some like footage of us messing around and stuff, you know.
It's going to be something it's in its early stages, really. Do you know? I mean, we haven't really thought of it in great depth what we're going to put on it yet, but majority is going to be live footage.
Yeah, we just want to make sure it's good quality, really. You know, it's not like, oh, right now we've done smack the bitch out, let's chuck it out on a video. You know, it's got to tie in. The whole thing's got to be really good because, I mean, the last one was good for its time, the electronic punks, and it was a good laugh and a good vibe, you know, and you could see the videos and stuff. But you know, this one's got to be better than that, and the quality of the live stuff's a lot better. I've seen quite a bit of that. Still need some editing there, but yeah, it should be good.
You know, you don't know what you know. You're never messing around in front of a camera and then think, oh, you know, we'll use that when we do our next video. You know, sometimes you know when you're doing the video, you remember back, oh, it might be funny when we was doing a bit of this or a bit of that. But I think that if you planned natural, funny incidents, that when it's part of what you do all the time anyway, to look at it and think, no, is that just us that find that funny, or are people going to find it funny?
So, some of the things we do, like, you know, we know only go on there if we think they're funny, you know, but some people wouldn't find them funny.
Music in general over the last 5 years, you know, Smashing Pumpkins, Rage Against the Machine, just that, the cool side of sort of rock, like street rock, Pearl Jam, bands like that have evolved, you know, made that scene a lot stronger over the last 5 years. People who are into that sort of music, you know, our music's progressed, and we can play festivals with bands like that, and it fits in, you know. And I'd imagine that people who are into bands like that have just caught Firestarter, Breathe, an odd track, and just thought, yeah, I can relate to that, and, you know, check out a gig or get the album or follow up on what they've heard. And I think it's the emergence of the whole music scene in general through the 90s that has also helped us, because before you had to know about dance music, especially outside of England, it was an underground thing, you know, and to know the good stuff, obviously there's always been that sort of Euro pop, techno stuff from Germany and stuff like that, but to actually know about credible, good dance music, you had to be in the underground sort of following and know the right places, and that isn't the way anymore, because dance music has become the mainstream music, you know.
Everybody's like, the whole dance music in general has just come together, do you know? I mean, it's not just in America, it's all over the world now, where, you know, I suppose in a way it started off in England, where people are just saying, look, we don't have to belong to a scene, we don't have to belong to a hip-hop scene, we don't have to belong to a dance scene, rock scene, we can listen to anything we want, do you know? And I think that's spread throughout the world now, even in Japan. You know, people are saying that, you know, I can listen to Wu-Tang, and I can listen to Rage, I can listen to Pearl Jam, I can listen to Smashing Pumpkins, and have all this in my collection, you know. I don't have to stick to one type of music, one style, you know. And yeah, that's good, you know. It's breaking down the barriers of music, where people think, oh, yeah, look at he's into hip hop because he's wearing a tracksuit, or you know, it's breaking down the barriers where people it's been stereotyped in music scenes and whatever. If you come to a Prodigy show, you know, it's just people from such a wide angle. You know, you might even get the 60-year-old man in there with his tank top on, you know. And
Woodstock revisit.
do you know what I mean? There's just like so many people, and there's not one set of people in a Prodigy show that can say they're the real Prodigy fans. You know, you can't get a group of guys and say, look at him, he's not a Prodigy fan. You know, because this guy could be a bigger Prodigy fan than anybody else in the whole place. You know, there's not a style when you come to our shows. You know what I mean? It's just everybody.
Well, I think hopefully they'll never totally understand what we're about. Otherwise, it will become boring. You know, I think in some ways that's one of the things that's kept it quite interesting. You know, people constantly are like haven't quite got the idea of what the Prodigy is totally about. You know, one minute they think they know what it's about, then we come out with a new song and it kind of changes to another direction or something. You know, and I think that as long as it keeps happening like that, it's good, really. But I think people definitely have a general sort of idea of what we're doing now. I think, you know, the more, especially with the last album, people could understand the way we've brought in different styles to create our sound, do you know what I mean? And a lot of other bands now, like in America and stuff, are kind of jumping on this electronic bandwagon, using beats in their music and mixing beats with rock and stuff. And to be honest, it's all come from us. You know, and there wasn't any other bands doing it before we've done it. And so maybe that helps people understand it a bit more as well, you know.